Hi everyone, I'm here to talk to you today about political campaigns, specifically about the role of campaign managers and the media in the campaign, so that you can get a sense of the hard work that goes into conducting and covering a campaign for your projects. My name is Josh Jansa, and I'm a good friend of your teacher, Mr. Fauerbach, and I have extensive experience participating in and studying campaigns. I am currently a PhD student in political science at the University of North Carolina, and I got my bachelor's degree at the University of Illinois in political science. While I was a student at Illinois, I got the opportunity to work for Barack Obama's 2008 presidential campaign. I had the title of student leader, and it was my job to organize phone banks, do door-to-door campaigning, and register people to vote. I worked on the ground in both Illinois and Indiana, and our efforts were successful in making sure both states' electoral votes went for Obama. In this way, I was fulfilling the role of a campaign manager. In conducting phone banks, I had to spend time making phone calls to voters, asking them to be sure to turn out and vote for Obama on Election Day. Door-to-door canvassing and registering people to vote had the same purpose, to maximize the number of voters showing up to support then Senator Obama. In my efforts, I found that it was most important to convince people to show up. It is often argued that the main point of the campaign is to convince people to vote a certain way. However, research has shown that most people have made up their mind as to the way they're going to vote long before the election occurs. Therefore, it is the job of the campaign to make sure that those people act on their preferences by encouraging them to vote, volunteer, and donate. In many ways, this is much harder to do than making a persuasive argument about who to vote for. It is critical for those of you assigned to be campaign managers to remember that you want to motivate people to support the campaign, not just to convince them to vote for you. That being said, there is a small number of voters, usually independent moderates, who do not make up their mind until the last minute. You will need to have a clear and consistent message as to why that undecided voter should vote for you throughout the campaign. Meanwhile, encouraging those who already support you to make efforts to reach out to undecided voters on your behalf. Because the main focus of the campaign is to provide a clear message to voters, the media is extremely important. The media's job, however, is to not merely transmit the campaign's message verbatim to the voters. Instead, it is the media's job to act as a watchdog over the campaigns, making sure that what they claim is accurate and looking over the candidates' campaigns, looking into the candidates' past record for details that might inform voters what they will do when elected. In this way, the media's mission is at odds with the campaign. The campaign will try to spin the story in a way that makes their candidate look best. The media's job is to cut away the spin and provide the facts to the voters. It is too difficult for an individual voter to gather factual information on their own. Therefore, the ability of the voter to make informative decisions is dependent on how well the media does its job. It is not an understatement to say that a hard-working, fact-checking media is vital to democracy. Unfortunately, the media today is often ideologically motivated, tending to support the spin from one side or another and not doing enough independent investigation. I challenge all the students assigned to the role of the media to live up to the media's important mission. It was a pleasure being able to talk to you all about campaigns today. This was a very brief overview and specifically talking about the roles that you might fill in your class campaigns. However, if you have any questions and want more detailed information, just tell Mr. Fauerbach. He'll let me know, and I'll do my best to get them answered as you work on this project. Bye. Thanks for listening.